On day 1, I spawned in as a trash panda, the most adorable panda west of the bamboo forest, even though it's technically just a North American raccoon. Ooh, look at me! I've got a little mask, like a wanted criminal. Hopefully I can steal myself more hearts, because I've only got 6. The island biome I was spawned into didn't seem to be especially welcoming though. It looks like I'm somewhere in the end. And, isn't this supposed to be the beginning? Can I get a level 1, please? There was an end portal nearby, so I figured that was my best bet at getting an early start to my latest adventure. As I wandered closer, I saw a tall, dark, and mysterious figure standing in the light of the portal.
On day 1, I completed my portal and prepared to set out on my grand adventure.
Hey, what? I think you're confused, buddy. This is day 1 of my adventure.
Ha! Says you. I'm Mr. Forgotten, and once I spend 100 days in your world, everyone will remember me.
Yeah, whatever. Race you to the other side of the portal. I scurried along on my fuzzy trash panda paws and managed to beat that strange guy into the end portal. See you later, Mr. Forgotten. Or should I say, egg that is rotten.
You might be laughing now, little trash panda, but nobody forgets Mr. Forgotten for long.
I emerged into the overworld, a little shaken from starting off in the end, but ready to start my adventure for real. Hopefully, that'll be the last I see of that freaky Mr. Forgotten. On day 2, I arrived back in the overworld from the end portal, right in the middle of the stone forest. Phew, this is at least a lot less creepy than the small end islands. What was up with that Mr. Forgotten guy? Super weird. It's almost like his name was already slipping my mind. Who was I talking about again? But I didn't have time to worry about a strange demon dude who wanted to torment people for 100 days, even though that was an eerily specific amount of time. I needed to forage some garbage. Ooh, that looks like a chest full of trash. How convenient. I scurried over to the trash chest with my little thief hands and looked inside and saw that underneath all the empty soda cans and fish skeletons, there was actually some useful junk, such as apples. Yummy apple. Likey. That refilled my hunger bar and gave me the energy to keep dumpster diving. That's when I found a stone pickaxe and a stone sword. Heck yeah, that saves me from making a wooden pickaxe. It's the Bing to the stone pickaxe's Google. But that incredibly insightful observation was interrupted by a big, scaly Komodo dragon wandering onto the scene.
Hey, it's me, a Komodo dragon.
Hi, Komodo dragon. Are we gonna be friends?
Hey, I doubt it. My diet largely consists of smaller mammals like you. I'm sure you're a nice guy. I just don't think this is gonna work.
Wow, you must not have very many friends with that attitude.
That may be, but I never go hungry. Let's do this.
The Komodo dragon attacked, but if he wanted to eat me, he'd need to taste the pain as an appetizer. I hit him again and again with my stone sword until eventually he just got annoyed and left.
Ow! That thing wasn't even sharp, jerk.
And with the Komodo dragon gone, I started working on my most ambitious project yet, the Trash Palace, my trash panda home. With my stone pickaxe, I mined some stone from the stone forest to make myself the stone foundation of my base. Stone, 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 stone! It was coming along nicely, so I decided to place down a bed and treat myself to sleep. I have a good feeling that everything is gonna feel easier in the morning. On day 3, I started to gather materials in the nearby red desert. Boy, sometimes I get real toasty in this fur coat. Maybe I'm not built for desert climates. My words drew the attention of a saber-tooth pig, who immediately roasted me further, figuratively.
Hey, you trashy punk! Maybe if you could use mud to regulate your temperature like us pigs, desert wouldn't be such a problem for ya.
But this is a desert. There is no mud.
And you don't see me complaining? Come here, I'm gonna chomp you with my saber-teeth.
He charged straight over and bit me, taking away all of my hearts except for one. I knew this was a fight I couldn't win, so I ran for cover. As I crouched behind the wall of sand and stone blocks, I noticed that one particular cube of it was kind of off.
Hey, that's not nice. I'm doing my best.
Oh, you can talk and have feelings.
Sadly, I have so many feelings, and I'll never stop talking about them.
You make my life sound great by comparison. Do you want to live with me at the Trash Palace?
Sure, I might as well live in a palace of trash.
We made our way back home, taking care to avoid the saber-tooth pig until another day. Some mobs are better off avoided. From day 4 to day 5, I went back to my Trash Palace in the stone stone forest with the Mimik Cube in tow.
Oh, mate, I just feel so sad right now. You wouldn't believe it. Just so many bad things happened to me.
Thank you for sharing that, Mimik Cube. We arrived back at the base, and I started work on the actual base. It's a base fit for a panda, even though I am actually a raccoon. I made a nice room for myself and my boy Mimik Cube as well.
Just make it small and dark, like my social life.
You really know how to lighten up a room, Mimik Cube. He didn't respond to that. He just bounced into the room I made and started to cry. Just loud enough that I could hear. Hey, I think he's gonna make this adventure really fun. But someone who made the adventure not so fun was that doofy Komodo dragon from earlier, who came back angrier and more annoying than ever.
Yoinky Spelunking, it's me, the Komodo dragon. I'ma eat ya.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
I don't want to hear what you have to say. I just want to chew you in a fatal fashion.
Ironically, I didn't say anything. I just whacked him with my stone sword until he was no more. Phew, that was a tough battle, but at least I'll never see him again. And that's when I realized that he dropped something, a coal sword. Wait, this sword can create a temporary blindness effect that could be useful in my trash hunting journey. From day 6 to day 8, I was wrangling kangaroos because life is an outback and I'm gonna eat it like steak. What? I lassoed a big one and began to take it back to my newly constructed kangaroo corral. But then, a mysterious and vaguely familiar humanoid approached me.
We meet again, Panda Boy. May I express how nice it is to have a recurring adversary in this adventure.
You're, wait, who are you again?
I'm Mr. Forgotten, and on day 6, I made sure that sniveling Trash Panda felt the sting of Endstone's sword.
He drew a powerful enchanted weapon that made my stone sword look like a weird-shaped rock, which I guess it kinda was, but that's beside the point. A complete stranger was attacking me! Much like the saber-toothed pig I fought in the Red Desert, Mr. Forgotten shaved off a whole bunch of hearts in one attack! Ooh boy, another tough mob. I better save this one for later too. Come on, kangaroos! I hightailed it out of there with my kangaroos in tow, leaving Mr. Forgotten calling out to me from far away.
It is you who is the mob, which I will save for later. Don't you dare forget.
From day 9 to day 10, I was back at the Trash Palace, wallowing in the garbage of my own failure. What if that dude, whose name escapes me, was right? What if he's the main character and I'm just another mob? Has my whole life been a lie? Just when I needed some joy and positivity the most, Mimik Cube entered. Yeah, boy, this ought to be good.
Zozo, mate, I know how you feel. I don't have a girlfriend, and my novel isn't taking off. Maybe we should just give up and sit around doing nothing.
Man, is that what I sounded like a second ago? Bummer. I'm gonna go build some base upgrades to the Trash Palace. And so I did, inspired by what a massive wet blanket Mimik Cube was being. It was a long and hard day of work. By the end of it, I had made some amazing progress. A flower garden, so I could walk through it and eat as many flowers as I wanted. Flowers! I love flowers. A pond, so I could swim through it and eat as many fish as I wanted. Fish! I love fish. I went inside and saw that Mimik Cube had built a furnace. Furnace! Furnaces are for warming, not for eating. Mimik Cube must have been inspired by my productivity because he'd come over to show me something he made. It was a bit of a statue.
I couldn't finish it yet, sorry. I have sculptor's block. I just wish this whole thing was easier, man. I have all these ideas, but they never turn out the way they do in my head. It just doesn't feel good and it's not fair.
It still looks really cool, Mimik Cube. What do all you guys think it's gonna be when it's done? Tell me down in the comments.
Do you speak to an imaginary girlfriend sometimes too, Zozo? Her name is Jenny Cube, and she's the most excited cube there ever was. I know every cube is excited, but she's special, dude. She's not even real, and she's the one.
Yikes. You just don't help yourself, man, do you? From day 11 to day 12, I didn't do anything. Nothing at all. Meanwhile, Mr. Forgotten stood by the edge of one of the small end islands. I guess it was also day 11 to day 12 of his adventure.
Hello there. Remember me?
He laughed for a bit until he started to get sad.
Well, if you don't remember, I'm Mr. Forgotten, and I'm the real hero of this video. But I wasn't always so cool and handsome. Actually, I was, but even cool and handsome adventurers have sad backstories. It's more common than you think. You see, hundreds of days days ago, I spawned into this world in order to tell my story. That's when I discovered that I had been born with a tragic and emotionally draining curse. Everyone who met me, from my friends to my enemies to even the weakest trash mobs, would forget who I was shortly after I stopped interacting with them. No matter what I did, there was no way to form lasting bonds with the people of the overworld. So I constructed a portal to the end and made my home here. And I became strong. Now it doesn't matter if there's no way to break the curse, because I'll leave a permanent mark on this story when I break the overworld itself. Yeah, that's my deal. I'm Mr. Forgotten. Yeah, not like you'll remember it, though.
From day 13 to day 15, because I'm a generally extremely vindictive and vengeful person, I return to the Red Desert with conquest on my mind. I need to defeat the Saber-tooth pig, who I think might be the big evil boss of this world. I found him with my coal sword at the ready.
Hey, I'm the pig. I've got big teeth. That was my thing, right?
Don't confound me with your logics, pig. I have come to battle. With my coal sword, I struck at the pig, blinding him. I then proceeded to win this incredibly unfair fight, turning that nasty little piggy into bacon. I did it! I defeated my greatest enemy! This gave me enough XP to level up, getting bigger, stronger, having 14 hearts, and a new power, warp. So I can warp and blind people. This is a powerful stealth build. From day 16 to day 19, I went deep into the caves and was confronted by an even greater enemy, the greatest enemy I had ever seen since the last one. She was half wolf and half woman, and 100% the boss of this world. You'll never get away with whatever you're gonna do, wolfwoman. I, Zozo, the trash panda, say nay! Like the totally evil beast that she was, wolfwoman descended upon me with her wolf claws and her woman's sword. By using my coal sword, I blinded her and proceeded to warp. My winning strategy that I've spent my whole journey preparing to use. Ooh yeah, I'm optimized. After a difficult battle, I defeated the wolfwoman. You know, for an arch enemy, really didn't say much. Anything. God darn it. Might as well get some iron, I guess. I dug into the now liberated cave, obtaining iron ore that could be used to craft an iron pickaxe and some armor. And then I crafted an iron pickaxe and said armor. From day 20 to day 22, I woke up and saw a mysterious person I'd never met before standing in my bedroom.
Zozo! It's me, Mr. Forgotten! Mimik Cube is attacking the base. You need to do something.
Oh no, not Mimik Cube. Thank you for telling me, Mr. Forgotten. I ran outside and saw Mimik Cube just standing around, not really doing anything. Wait a second, Mimik Cube is my friend. Who is that other guy? Just as I'd figured out his cunning ruse, the total stranger who apparently called himself Mr. Forgotten attacked me from behind.
Excellent! I finally got one over on Zozo, the villain of this world.
I don't know who you are, buddy, but I'm definitely not the villain. Me and the stranger fought, my coal sword against his endstone sword, but thanks to his temporary blindness and my mad skills, he was soon on the retreat.
I'll get you, Zozo, if it's the last thing I do!
Who was that guy? From day 23 to day 26, I found a chest in the depths of the mining cavern. The kind of chest that you usually find at the bottom of a dungeon, but I guess it makes sense since I defeated the evil wolfwoman here. Inside the chest was a spelunker chest plate, which was a strong piece of armor on its own, and it even came with an adorable pet bat. What's that, bat? Did you just say, search ZOZO for more amazing videos? That sounds like a great idea. Everyone at home, make sure you do that, or my new super cute bat friend will be sad. From day 27 to day 31, while I was smelling the flowers, Mimik Cube approached me, looking glum as usual.
Oh, mate, I've been working on that statue again, but I ran out of polished diorite. Maybe we should just call the whole thing off.
Or I go out and get it for you. Probably some up in the mountains. And now that I've got a spelunker chest plate, it should be easy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because if you think about it, mountaineering is just spelunking upwards. With that flawless logic, I went to the mountains to find the polished diorite. But I wasn't alone there. The Komodo dragon!
Flingy dingy, it's a me, the Komodo dragon.
This makes literally no sense. I destroyed you.
That may be true, but you ain't done with me until until I reach Moksha, buddy. Let's do this.
So we did that until my perfectly weighted coal sword sent him off to the Shadow Realm once again. I'm gonna keep climbing. This couldn't possibly get weirder. Luckily, I spotted something white, but once I mined it, I noticed it was just regular diorite. Oh man, this will not do. I gotta get the polished stuff. From day 32 to day 35, I climbed higher into the mountains and was confronted once again by my ever-persistent foe, the Komodo dragon.
Zabilly bamboo glue. Yeah, it's me, the Domodo Kragan.
I think you came back wrong this time. You needed a little bit longer in the oven, buddy.
The gaps in the mortal coil can't hold me. Let's boogie oogie oogie until I gobble you up like a cookie, boyo.
I finished off the Komodo dragon, again, with my coal sword, and did a quick 180 to make sure he hadn't somehow popped up behind me. Seeing nothing out of the ordinary, I continued until I came face to face with a cave centipede, who seemed to be lacking most of his body. Dang, man, aren't you more of a quintipede if you're that small?
Hey, I didn't shame you for your appearance. And besides, I'm already having a rough day.
Let me guess, you're sad and lonely in a general incurable sense?
Oh, my best friend Cody the cockroach was kidnapped by an evil heron, and I might never see him again. He was the best man at my wedding.
Oh, dang, that is a real problem. Didn't mean to prejudge again. Also, wait, you're married?
You're seriously still prejudging me? Go save Cody.
I did what was asked of me, mostly because I was starting to feel like a jerk. From day 36 to day 39, I found myself in the lair of the Heron, which was inexplicably inside the End Highlands. I must have taken a wrong turn through an end portal. If I run into, someone I can't remember, that'd be crazy. I scanned the horizon for any sign of Cody, and after an arbitrary length of time, I noticed a building that looked very, hey, I think a heron lives there. I warped and snuck over to the window, and through it, I could see Cody the cockroach inside of a cage.
Oh, Meron, it's me. I'm trapped and whatnot.
The heron was standing by, looking menacing.
You don't know how long I have dreamed of this moment. Today, I will get the worm and become the earliest bird.
Mamma mia! Why don't you just let me go?
That's about as likely as my son doing anything worthwhile with his life. Not gonna happen, Buster.
This hostage situation seemed really intense and kind of personal. I guess it's time to wait a bit before I do anything. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. All right, I'm going in. From day 40 to day 43, I scurried towards the building entrance and saw the iron cage that housed Cody. Though I was still hiding, the heron could sense my approach.
Who goes there? You better not be my son. I swear that little freeloader owes me money.
I used my stealth to surprise the heron and blind him with a hit from my coal sword.
My eyes! Now I can't see where my dinner is.
I'm here for the worm, Heron. Are we going to do this the easy way or the hard way?
Bring it, you bandit. Unlike the disappointing hatchling I raised, I'm not afraid to do difficult things.
Using my coal sword, I reduced the heron to a pile of feathers. Never again would he insult his son. Oh, and also I could rescue Cody from the cage.
Meatball, salami, Parmesan cheese,
Dude, are you okay?
spaghetti.
Later on, back in the mountains, I told the cave quintipede that Cody was safe and sound. He's doing good. You should go check on him though. He might be hungry.
You've been a big help. Here, take this polished diorite. I don't need it. I never needed it, in fact.
Oh, sweet! Polished diorite! You're full of surprises, Mr. Centipede. From day 44 to day 49, I took all the new polished diorite and carried them back to my base. When I got there, Mimik Cube was waiting for me.
Oh, mate, this is great stuff. But what if I mess up the statue?
You'll do great! I'm gonna go do some work around the base. Make this house into a home that's also great for combat stuff. Alright, see ya. I left Mimik Cube with the statue, and I got to work building a storage place for the base. It took a while, but I felt good about the work I did. Nice! Now we've got a place to store stuff. Where am I gonna get some stuff to store? Wait, I should go see how the statue's going. I walked around to the statue and saw Mimik Cube crying. What's the matter?
This statue is terrible. I'm such a failure.
No, you're not. Look at how well it's coming along. Soon, it'll be an amazing statue of whatever it is. Keep your chin up. don't have a chin. You get the idea. From day 50 to day 53, I was biting trees in the forest for fun, only to see that my base was under attack by some guy, also the Komodo dragon. Oh no, they're going after my stuff and things. Wait, where's Mimik Cube? There's a distinct lack of that low droning sound that usually accompanies him. That weird guy I had never seen before just laughed at me.
From day 50 to day 53, I just kidnapped your friend, Zozo. Another one of the minions that only works on Wednesdays kidnapped him. That's why you haven't seen him before.
Diabolical! I'll fight you for this, mysterious evildoer!
Not yet. I'll fight you in the end, if you survive the wrath of my Komodo dragon.
The mysterious villain disappeared, leaving only me and the Komodo dragon. It didn't feel like it was even a fair fight, because the weight of his respawns was starting to metaphorically crush him.
Komodo dragon.
You okay there, buddy? He was not okay, and he was actually even less okay when I destroyed him with my sword. Mimik Cube, I will save you! After saying that, something happened. I felt my power growing. I got bigger, stronger, grew to 32 total hearts, and got some sharp claws. With these, I can claw at my enemies. From day 54 to day 57, I was feeling really worried about Mimik Cube. He's always pretty sad, but now that he's been kidnapped, I bet he's really sad. I wonder who could help me. Oh, wait, I know. I've already met someone who's had a best friend get kidnapped. He can give me some advice. I traveled back to the mountains to see the cave centipede. Hey again.
Oh, great! Are you back to make fun of me?
No, I just need a favor.
I take cash and checks.
How about a big smile?
Sure, kid. Whatever. What's the problem?
My friend was kidnapped by some guy. I don't remember anything about him though.
That's tough toenails. You should probably work on an end portal so you can go to the small end islands. I've heard people who do crimes love that place. Not that I'd know.
I traveled back to my base and built an end portal, just like the cave centipede said I should. Hey, maybe that guy knows a thing or two after all. From day 58 to day 62, I knew that I needed some better gear if I was to take on the dude who stole Mimik Cube. Who was that guy again? Probably doesn't matter. Let's get some diamonds. I descended into a local mining cavern in the hopes of finding something shiny and blue. But before I could do that, I saw something fiery and red. Demon rats! Uh-oh, better defeat these little suckers before the whole cave is on fire. With my coal sword, I attacked them, defeating them all by destroying my sword in the process. Guess coal and demon fire don't mix. But it didn't matter that my coal sword was destroyed, because I was about to get an even better one. With my iron pickaxe, I mined a bunch of diamonds and returned victorious to my base. There, I used the crafting table to make myself an awesome diamond sword and pickaxe. Oh yeah, that's the ticket. From day 63 to day 66, I was feeling pretty bummed out about the whole my friend got kidnapped thing. Then, I remembered that ice cream makes everything better. Then I remembered I didn't have any ice cream. This is the worst day of my life. I'm way too depressed to work on the statue. I looked at the statue though. Now I know how Mimik Cube felt. This is terrible. I hope I can get him back so he can finish it, and I can finally tell what it is. As I was looking at the statue, I remembered a song I once heard. It went like this. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. Subscribe to Zozo, and don't say maybe. Z-O-Z-O. Yeah, what a good song. I really relate to it. From day 67 to day 70, I passed through the end portal in the small end islands. There was definitely something I was meant to do here, but you know that feeling when you walk into a room and you can't remember why you're there? That's totally what it feels like right now. Oh well, maybe walking around will jog my memory. I only took a couple steps before I bumped into the wall of an evil and ominous fortress that no doubt belonged to a powerful villain. That looks important. Better go in there. I followed the perimeter until I found the front gate, which was guarded by none other than the Komodo dragon.
Komodo-doo, me am I.
Eesh, now I just feel bad for the guy.
You a bad guy. Fight happens now.
The fight did happen, and it was very short. I won, and then I entered the base. From day 71 to day 74, I scurried through the corridors of this den of ambiguous evil. I reached a room that was shaped perfectly for a mini-boss encounter, and sure enough, there was the Saber-tooth pig. Oh no, don't tell me. You can reincarnate too?
Staying dead is for people who don't know how to manage their time. Now come on, My teeth are sharper than ever.
He bit me, and I could tell that his sheep were actually no sharper than they were the last time we fought. I managed to take him out with a single swing of my diamond sword. See you next time! But let's hope that there won't be a next time. My anticlimactic victory was rewarded with a treasure chest that, to my delight, contained a full set of diamond armor. Wow! If this is the kind of loot I'm getting, I must be really close to the big boss of this adventure. Whoever that is. From day 75 to day 78, I carefully crept through the mysterious unknown boss's base until I heard the unmistakable sound of Mimik Cube crying. Mimik Cube, I'm here to save you!
Oh, mate, you didn't have to go to that much trouble.
Let's get you out of that prison cell.
Thank you. You're a good friend to this dumb cube.
You're welcome. Who did this to you?
I don't know. Some guy.
Here I come.
Someone's coming. Get out of here, Mimik Cube. I'll handle this. Mimik Cube ran off, and some guy I'd never seen before came into the room.
Zozo, we meet again.
I don't think so.
I'm sick of this. It's time to fight.
Uh-oh. I don't know this guy's fighting style or anything. But luckily, I've got a diamond sword, so it doesn't matter. Let's go, whoever you are. He attacked me, but I was ready. I countered his attack and slashed at him with my sword. I got him pretty good, too. He jumped back in surprise.
Ow! That hurts so bad. You're terrible. I'm out of here.
Before I could do anything else, he ran away. So I decided to go find Mimik Cube and see if he finished the statue. From day 79 to day 84, Mr. Forgotten paced back and forth through his base, his last fight running through his head over and over again.
How dare Zozo speak to me like that in my own home, in front of my children? Wait, I don't have children, but if I did, that would have been even worse, and I bet he would have done it anyway. Oh, I'm so sick of this. All my life I've been ignored. All my life I've been forgotten. All this work, what was it for? Of my labor, rotten. Hey, I'm a poet, and I didn't know it. Too bad no one will ever care about my poetry, because no one remembers who I am. Oh, I'm so angry, I could just grow huge and strong!
The force of Mr. Forgotten's anger was so great that it caused his body to grow, and he became huge and more powerful than ever before.
Now that's more like it! No one can forget these muscles, and if they try, I'll beat them up. And they'll write a book about how cool and how strong and how tough I was. Everyone will read it, and they'll all remember my name.
From day 85 to day 89, I came back to the Trash Palace, delighted to see that Mimik Cube had settled back in.
Trauma of the awful things that happened while I was captured will stay with me for a lifetime. Coming so close to my own demise has also given me a deeper and more meaningful perspective on life.
Cool. Is the statue done?
Oh yeah, it's right over there.
I quickly moved past the complainer and went straight to the statue. It was astonishing. A giant, overflowing dumpster. It was so beautiful that it brought a tear to my eye. Mimik Cube, this is your finest work. You are an artist beyond compare.
Yeah, I guess it's okay. I also have something else for you, because you know what's even better than trash?
What?
A trash fire.
Mimik Cube gifted me a fire aspect enchantment, giving my diamond sword an awesome fiery power boost. Yes! Using this, I'm gonna burn the evil guy to the ground, whoever he is. From day 90 to day 94, I was back in the End Highlands to seek the McGuffin in the former lair of the Heron. Who knew the Heron was so close to obtaining such absolute power? Who knew the McGuffin that could save the overworld could only be found within the End? Who knows what anything is anyway? I may not know what terrible evil that I must defeat with the McGuffin, but I know that I need it. I proceeded to climb the building and found the chest that I had come here for. Only one deadly foe stood in my way, the Komodo dragon. Oh no, not again.
Vizi bon dupe, Zozo. It is I, the Komodo dragon. And in the same way, every Komodo dragon, my infinite spirit can see all of our meetings in these 100 days at once. This will be our first and final meeting, and it will be every meeting in between. I exist to be an obstacle, ever blocking your forward momentum, just as you are the eraser that removes me from that path. Only you could see from my perspective, Zozo, you would feel truly awakened. Panda.
That's really weird. Let's fight. Even though his vocabulary had expanded, his stats were no match for me now that I had acquired my diamond gear. I cut him down with the skill and strength of a true panda warrior. Yahoo! Another victory for Zozo! Yay me! Within the treasure chest was the McGuffin, the legendary sword I was searching for. I knew it would be there. Now, to go use it for whatever the heck. From day 95 to day 97, I was doing my special pre-battle psych-up dance in my base when I heard a knock at my door. Who is it?
It's me!
I don't know anyone named me, except me. Are you me?
No, dummy. It's the cave centipede. The one who keeps doing you favors.
Oh, that cave centipede. Come on in. The cave centipede walked inside. Welcome to my home. What's up?
Nice place. You've got an end portal and everything. My wife wants one of those. We don't have the space. Maybe after the kitchen remodel is done. Anyway, not here to talk interior design. I brought you a gift.
Really? Thought you didn't like me very much.
To tell you the truth, I can't wear this, and the store won't take it back. It won't fit on my legs. Here, you take it.
He gave me a full set of Netherite armor. Whoa, this is so awesome.
See if you can get some use out of it. I've got to get back home. The missus is making her famous spaghetti.
Ooh, can I come?
Don't you have a villain to defeat?
Right, yeah, thanks. Bye. He left, and I tried on my new armor. It fits, and the color really brings out my eyes. This will definitely help me out in my final battle. On day 98, I was doing some warm-up parkour before I headed off to do the final battle. It's important to work on your cardio and stay limber, but you know what else? It's also important to watch Zozo videos with your besties. But what do you want to see us cover next? Who should I be in my next 100 days of adventure? Let me know down in the comments. On day 99, there were no more excuses. I gathered up my weapons and gear and stepped through the end portal we'd made at the base. I dropped into the small end islands, and some guy was waiting for me.
Aha! Hello, Zozo. I knew you'd come to my base so that I could have my victorious final battle against you, villain that you are.
I don't even know who you are.
Ooh, but you will. I am going to beat you down until my existence leaves a dent in your very soul. Then once you've remembered me, I'll destroy you so that the overworld will truly feel you are gone. But I won't be. I will be there, and all will know that the U-shaped hole in their lives is because of me. All have gotten my revenge. Do you hear me, villain? No more will I be Mr. Forgotten. I will be Mr. Gotten.
Little did he know, I still had the McGuffin, and it would give me the power I needed to defeat this guy, whoever he was. I absorbed the power of the McGuffin and found myself getting bigger. I was no longer a trash panda. I was now a kung fu panda, like the hit DreamWorks film.
Oh no, he's become a kung fu panda, like from the hit DreamWorks film.
Skadoosh. And I've got a new power, Smash! The battle was on for now, as I battled relentlessly against the battling skills of my battle opponent. Little by little, I wore him down, until finally I used my Smash powers to destroy a section of the island beneath him, dropping him into the eternal darkness below.
No!
He was gone! On day 100, having finally defeated Mr. Forgotten and his evil ways, I returned to my base in the stone forest to see my dear friends Cave Centipede and Mimik Cube. I saw them one by one rather than together because it felt more personal that way.
Congratulations, Zozo! You did it! I'm so proud of you. You did the thing and defeated the evil guy, even when nobody thought you could.
Thanks, Mimik Cube. Then I spoke to Cave Centipede, and he said something similar.
Now Mr. Forgotten really will be forgotten.
Who?